Love is in the air. Do 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 do. Yeah, we're talking about my Valentine's Day fragrance list. Let's get into it. Welcome, you absolute legends. I am Full Frizz. I am Pete. I am back. As the intro said, Valentine's Day is just a couple of days away. And I thought, you know what? If you're going to go out with a significant other, which I'm not, thank God for that. Sorry, shouldn't have said that, but hey, I'm quite happy being where I am. These fragrances might just do a little bit of magic for you. Who knows what might happen? Who knows? Who knows? I'm just saying, these are fragrances that will actually put you in a nice position and make you smell really good. Now, there is one point. There is no obvious ones, apart from possibly one. I've tried to go on with fragrances that most people won't talk about. Excuse my voice. But these are not like Dolce & Gabbana 1 EDP. There's none of that. All of them are gone. So these are different ones, that some older ones, some new ones, and some that, quite frankly, yeah. So as always, there actually is 2 honourable mentions. So as always, I'm going to crack on into them first. All right, honourable mentions number 1. Now the reason I put these honourable mentions, they are a little bit more tricky to pull off. So you have to have been around fragrances for a while. So this is kind of why I've put them in this category, because I just think they are very good, but you've got to have a bit of understanding of where they are and how you work. So the first one is from an Essentials Parfums. This is Bois Imperiale. Now this is a very smoky, sexy fragrance. It is almost a little bit, almost like watery as well, but it's watery, smoky. And now it doesn't sound like, it doesn't smell like it should work, but it does. And it smells really intoxicating. It lasts all night, if you know what I mean. And honestly, it will be something very different to what you're normally conventionally used for. As you can see, I have had a heck of a dent in this one because I love this wearing, especially in fall and winter. This is an absolute go-to. So this is Essentials Parfum Bois Imperiale, the first one. Followed up with this one. This is Swiss Arabian Shaghuf Oud. Now, the reason I put an oud fragrance in, if you are comfortable with wearing an oud fragrance, this is one where people might be hit and miss with this. So if you are comfortable with wearing an oud fragrance, my God, this is a good one. And under 30 quid, 30 quid around there, a beautiful saffron rose oud fragrance. It's not harsh. It's not like it's bolsterous. It's not unlike, but it does perform really, really, really long time. So it's just that it's there, but it's not completely taking over everything. It's just, it's a presence that you find. If you're comfortable with these ones, great. But if not, then you might want to leave this one for someone else who may have been around the fragrances a little bit longer, which is completely fine. So there's my 2 honourable mentions for you. All right, we kick off this Valentine's list with an oldie but a goodie, and I tell you now, this has been around for about 25 years, about the late 90s, I think this came out in. Can't be sure. This is an OG. This is Hugo Boss No. 6, the original Hugo Boss. This one, it's a lighten up version of the Hugo Boss. It's not as like the intense version, which is really good, but it's a sexy little number. It's still got that sexiness of the apple, the vanilla, cinnamon. But it's not overpowering. It's like a nice linger there, but it's like almost nostalgic. Now, there's twofold with this. Someone might remember their old ex-boyfriend, which could be disastrous, or they could have forgotten about this one. So, could be disastrous, but I just think it's a classic for a reason. It still smells great now, after nearly a quarter of a decade, quarter of a century, my bad. But it smells great. I can't see why anyone cannot rock this one. I don't care how old you are or how young you are. This is timeless, it will work, and it's a great little number. And no one talks about it anymore, so therefore, Hugo Boss No. 6 is my first one. I will also say that there is complete price points on this. So I've gone from designer, cheapest clones, to niche, to like pretty much everything in this list. So I've covered everything. So I'm going with a clone now. And if you like Parfums Armani Pegasus, Off Craze might just be the little ticket for you. Now this one's about 25-30 quid. It's an oldie. But my God, it's a goodie. This one smells absolutely incredible. Again, it's all about vanilla, almond, sexiness. Again, if you don't want to pay Parfums Armani prices, which I completely get, they are expensive, but they do perform well. And if you want something pretty close, I'd say it's about 90% no way there. I don't see why you can't wear this one. It's great, it's fantastic. It pulls great attention. And again, for the price you're paying for it, I can't see that being a problem. And the only thing I will say is, probably don't show the bottle because it looks absolutely trash. But we don't talk about the bottle, we talk about what's inside of this. And the juice inside of here is stupidly sexy. So this is Off Craze. Alright, the next one, I'm going to flip it all the way over to the world of niche. And this is actually not too expensive. Now, price per mil is not too bad. Now, it's only a 35ml bottle, but this is called Tango by Melas Milano. This is a stupidly sexy amber fragrance. It's spicy, it's sexy, it's alluring, it smells incredible. You don't need much. The juice in here is pretty damn dark, and you need about 2, maybe 3 sprays in it, and it projects like a monster. So this is why it runs about 60 quid for a 35ml bottle. So again, yes, it's not a lot of juice for what you're paying for, but you don't need a lot. It's a bit like Nasamato. They don't have big bottles, but they're very small, but they're very concentrated. This is the same with this one. Absolutely fantastic fragrance, supremely sexy. Wear this and just have your chest up, head up, and smell like an absolute boss with this one. It's a great little number. This is Melas Milano Tango. Alright, the next one, we're going to flick it a little bit down to the world of designers, and this one came out last year, and I'm telling you now, it was one of the best releases of 2023. I would say it's the best, but I say it's in the top 5 of releases from last year. This one passes Valentino. This is Born in Roma Intense. Oh my good god. Now, I got to get the Rockstud Noir and the new green one, Green Strasganza, but I can't remember. This one, I do love this one. It smells awesome. It's sexy. It's very manly as well. It's almost like an air of sophistication within the vetiver in here. Sweetness in here. It's just a great compliment getter. Performs brilliantly well. Again, I get 8+ hours on my skin. I'm happy with that. For the price you're paying for it, I don't have a problem with that. So it is one that you could go with Coral Fantasy. You could go, that's a good one as well, which I'd also recommend. But if you want to go with the old G's, you can go Valentino Valentina. Again, a good, great number. But this one just is a little bit more sophisticated and it's a bit more rounded. And I just think it works for a lot more people, for a lot more ages. So this is Valentino Valentino Born in Roma Intense. Okay, we flip it back into the world of niche now again, and this one does exactly what it says on the bottle. I kid you not. This is called from Maison Margiela. This is called On a Date. I couldn't resist this one. I'm sorry. It screamed to me, say, just pick me, and so I did. This one, it's light. It's almost got that air of rose to it, which some people might be put off. This is called Grapes and Roses. Now, this is slightly more feminine, I will say this, but I will say if you wear this with confidence, you'll be fine. Now, again, it goes back to if you like florals, if you don't like florals, you've got to be a bit aware of this. It's from the memory in France, it says. So, and being in Provence, and yeah, in Provence, you smell lots of roses, all that sort of stuff. It is very evocative of that, what it says. Very nice fragrance, does perform really nicely. Again, not too expensive. This one's about 70 to 80 quid, give or take where you buy it from, but it's a nice little number, a little bit different to what you normally expect. So this is On a Date by Maison Margiela. Alright, so the next 5 I've picked are a little bit more hot, like darker. So I think because it's been in February and it's still going to be a bit cold out there, pick slightly stronger ones towards the end of it, which you'll understand. But the next one is another clone, and I couldn't resist Angel Share. But this is Kismet Angel from Lattafa, and it is a real sweet one. You could go with Conrad. There's all sorts of ones to pick from for Angel Share, but this one again, not quite as sweet as some of the others. It's quite like that sometimes. Nice boozy, very, very intoxicating fragrance. I could smell this all day, to be honest. Runs about 25 to 35 pounds, depending on where you go. So this is another great little number. You don't have to think twice about this. And if you've got Angel Share, wear that if you want. Like I say, if you want Conra, you want this one, or any of the other dupes, that's fine. But I just think it needs to be put in here because it's such a good fragrance. So this is Kismet Angel by Lattafa. Okay, staying in the world of clones, and this one is an absolute juggernaut. Now, this runs about £35, depending on where you go. This is from the Maison Alhambra line. This is Tabac. Now, obviously, this is a clone of Dior Tabac color, and if you like the dried fruits, the booziness, it's just sexy. It is just purely sexy, and if you've got Tabac color, you'll understand what this is. If you haven't got Tabac color and you want it on a cheap, this is so well worth getting. I love wearing this when it's a cool day. But again, if you're going out, don't overspray this one again. You don't need to. Probably 2-3 sprays max. That's all you need. Otherwise, you might be choking people out with this. Be careful. But like I say, if you like a sexy, booty, fruity fragrance, this will definitely do the job for you. So this is from Maison Alhambra Tabac. Alright, top 3 time, and this is the one that I kind of put in there because it is an obvious one, but some people might have forgotten about this. And this is from the house of Tom Ford. This is Noir Extreme. This is not the Parfum version, this is the 2015 version. All about coffee. It's just so sexy. I literally had mates tell me, can I borrow some of this? And they've had so much positive attention from this. It's unreal. So there is a reason it still sells by the bucket load. It just works. It's coffee, it's sexy, it's very alluring. And to be quite honest with you, I'd be ridiculous if I didn't put this one in that I just thought, you know what, I can't really not. I've got rid of the most of them. This one, I just can't put it down. And to be honest with you, this is my second bottle. And I've got another backup of this as well. So I have got like nearly 300 mils of this. So I'm not too worried about this. It's an absolute gem. I love it a lot. So this is Tom Ford Noir Extreme. Alright, coming at number 2, and this one came out last year, and I missed out on it by probably about a couple of months. By about 6 months, I was behind the times because, quite frankly, there's so many fragrances coming out. It's hard to keep up with them all. So I picked this one up, and this one is Herrera Bad Boy Extreme. Now, this is the more grown-up version. If you like a bit more youthful one, I'd go with Le Parfum. It is got a cannabis note in, but this is, it's almost like woody, very sensual, a little bit of, I think it's vetiver in here, and it just smells absolutely fantastic. Very much for the older gentleman. I would say, like I say, if it's more youthful, maybe go for Cobalt as well. That's a good one, I could say. Try that one. If you're over 25 and you want to smell like you're a bit well put together and you don't want to go completely nuts and spend too much money, this one runs about 60 quid, depending on where you pick it up from. It's a great little number. I think it's one of the most sophisticated ones out of the Bad Boy line, and by a landslide. So it's a really nice one. Try this one. This is Herrera Bad Boy Extreme. Alright, we come to the last one, and this one is a hidden gem for me. I will kid you not, it's not cheap. It is from the world of niche, and it is from the world of Initio. And it's not Ooh for Greatness, it's not a Side Effect, it's none of them. It's one that most people don't even know exists. This is called Mystique Experience, and this is just hedonistic. It's fruity, it's bold, it's boozy, it's sexy, it's just everything I would want in a fragrance, and performs like an absolute monster. It's got some musk, patchouli, vanilla, and coffee in it. Now, it doesn't have any booziness, but it smells boozy. Now, I don't know whether or not there's any extra in there. It just smells fantastic, and oh my god, if you know you've got this fragrance and it lasts hours, please just wear it, because anyone who smells this, I've never had a bad person, anyone say to me, oh my god, what are you wearing? You might, the only time it might not work is in the middle of summer, and therefore you probably won't wear it, but otherwise this one will work for you. It's an absolutely amazing one. So this is Mystique Experience by Initio Parfums. Right, as always, it's now time for my scent of the day, so you now know what I'm wearing. Alright, my scent of the day, and I went with a nice, fresh, easy fragrance, because quite frankly, some days you just want a nice, easy day. And this one is from the house of Atilla Cologne, and this is Grand Neroli. Now, again, you can see I have had a hell of a dint in this one. I do love this one. Especially in springtime, it smells absolutely fantastic. So, it is just almost like getting smashed in the face with a lot of oranges, a lot of citrus. It just smells so stupidly classy, it's unreal. So as always, let me know in the comments what your scent of the day is. And this is my scent of the day, the Atilla Cologne Grand Neroli. Right, so there you have it, my Valentine's Day fragrances that I think any of you can rock. I think you're all great in their own way. But I say, try them, see what works for you. But as always, have a great Valentine's Day. If you're with someone else, great, have a lovely day. As always, if you want a top 10 list, a fragrance review, or a question, hit me up in the comments. I will happily do any video you like. I do not care. If you want to find me on Instagram or TikTok, I'm on there posting more often than not. So I'm on there, so find me there, and you can DM me there if you want. Absolutely fine. And as always, have a great Valentine's Day and smell amazing. I love you guys, and you're watching a bunch of legends.